And last but certainly not least is my good brother and friend. He is the 57th mayor of Chi-Town, This is a family conversation.
No, not when they lie.
ICE was seen floating down the Chicago River downtown today with several officers armed as well. Is there concern that that will be a regular appearance as the federal government continues their immigration mission in Chicago?
I don't really see how this is helping anyone, anywhere. It's just further proof that this administration is only committed to intimidating people and working to strike fear into the hearts, into the minds of the people of this city. We're going to continue to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. As difficult as this moment has been, we have not wavered in our commitment and support for our immigrant communities.
We want ICE to come. Please, everybody, try to help Chicago and call ICE. The number is 866-DHS2-ICE. We are going to move our people away from this culture of liberal failure that has compromised our sovereignty and left the citizens of Chicago behind. Go Red.
It's a shame. It's awful.
And Brandon Johnson doesn't do anything to stop it?
Brandon Johnson is not worth a quarter. He's not worth a quarter. Clean the city up and keep it clean. Don't make it look good. Don't put a facade on for the people that's coming here. I don't think that's fair, and I don't think he should have another term, period. I will never vote for him. Never.
We work for you. We work for you.
All right, so we got to talk about what's going on in the city of Chicago right now. As the president has been saying for some time now that he would send federal agents to the city of Chicago to rid it of its crime and illegal immigration problem. And now that's exactly what he's doing. As you can see right here, federal agents in camouflage and masks carrying automatic weapons were deployed on Michigan Avenue today. And Mayor Brandon Johnson released a statement criticizing the Trump administration for sending the agents without warning, calling it a brazen provocation. Now, understand, similar things are now being said about Portland, but also understand this. There have been plenty of warnings that the president has given these cities, telling them that if they do not get their crime in order, if they do not fix the issues that they have with their illegal immigrants in their city, that he would take action. And so now that's exactly the thing he's doing.
Stories happening in Chicago or around the country when it comes to ICE. There was activity in Chicago yesterday. Federal agents, you see them on Sunday because they had word about illegal immigrant criminals, the worst first, and they're going to scoop them off the streets without any cooperation, obviously, in that sanctuary city. And I'm pretty amazed that the Chicago mayor continues to make ICE as the bad guys. It's a beautiful Sunday, but and we know about operations that are happening in downtown Chicago. We're monitoring it. You're monitoring law enforcement scooping up illegal immigrants in your city, many of which were littered in 2 years ago, were littered in your airports, disturbing everyday life, and you were complaining about. Now guys have come, and women have come to save the day. And again, no hesitation about the mayor vilifying those men in uniform.
There were at least 50 protesters at an ICE processing center in Broadview, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. 11 violent rioters were arrested outside of the detention center. 2 guns were taken from the rioters who were against the fence at the ICE facility. Yep. And the investigation into some sort of an explosive device found near the ICE Chicago detention facility. And this is the same place last week. 16 were arrested at the facility.
So there's 2 elements to the story. Obviously, the legal aspect. If y'all remember, during the height of the crisis, I went in on the ground, and they were taking over the schools, taking over the health centers that they had shut down in the city, and the rival gangs were warring with each other with the illegal gangs that were in the town. You also have a major crime problem, guns within Chicago, illegally in Chicago as well. So I just don't understand why the mayor, I know the residents want more help. You need a presence of law enforcement there, not just for the illegals that are criminal migrants within the country, but the actual criminals that are out there on the day-to-day basis that are residents that are shooting up the block.
So there's two things. Get the illegal immigrants off the street, many of which the rival gangs, TDA is rivaling with our American gangs. I know it's insane, but it's happening. Number two is, do you realize by pushing back and resisting President Trump's effort to crack down on the city, they're pushing back on the FBI and for ATF that would help them with investigations. So, for example, when you come in, they don't follow up on the 911 calls. It takes forever to the point where people don't do it. They say, hey, Mr. President, help me out for free. The FBI would go in there. They'd start picking up and investigating these cases, moving forward on the shoplifting, everything else that's going on, and begin to get a hold of that city and make it safe again. Hey, I have news for you, Mayor. You'll benefit from it come Election Day because people say my life is better. But they are too into politics.
Do we need to be reminded on why federal agents were sent to the city of Chicago? I know Mayor Brandon Johnson may not want to acknowledge it or pretend as if it's not a problem, but it was only 2 years ago. South Shore Chicago residents, check this out, who voted for Joe Biden in 2020 by a whopping 97%. This is how residents of that area reacted when 250 to 500 migrants came into their area.
All these resources that have not come to us, now you want to overly compensate for people who never lived here before, and we need to be taken care of first and foremost before anything else happens here.
Why would any leader put our black communities already riddled with crime at further risk by placing unvetted non-taxpayers steps away from our seniors, our children, and our homes we've worked so hard on our own to secure?
Number one, I'm a native to Chicago. I was born and raised here. I've seen the changes. Don't let the age fool you for how I look, because I've been here a long time. I have seen things just transition as if a lot of people are not important here. I'm not for the sanctuary city. And the reason why I'm not for the sanctuary city is because people have waited years to come in here legally, not just transported on these buses, dropped off in our neighborhoods, raise of crime, almost got hit several times just making it down here today.
And so there was a reason why the president had to send troops to a city like Chicago. Despite that, that doesn't stop Mayor Brandon Johnson from siding with those who are here illegally versus actual citizens of this country. And he posted on a message on X stating, regardless of immigration status, you have rights. My administration is working to protect every Chicago resident from federal intimidation, but we are better prepared when we know how to protect ourselves and protect our neighbors. And you can see he puts out a bit of information helping to basically aid those who he admits are here illegally, not worried about their actual status, but wants to also make sure he supplies them with whatever additional information and knowledge they can use to their advantage in order to evade and avoid ICE and ultimately what the federal government, the president, is looking to accomplish.
Who is funding this chaos and violence? We just saw out of Broadview, which is a suburb out of Chicago. It's a detention facility. We just took 2 firearms that were on protesters. Fortunately, no one was hurt. But of course, we saw what just happened out of Dallas. And these have grown very violent.
Since you mentioned Broadview, let's dive in, because we've got a response from the mayor of Broadview, Illinois, saying this, quote, "The relentless deployment of tear gas, pepper spray, mace, and rubber bullets in the vicinity of the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement Processing Center in the village of Broadview is endangering nearby village residents and harming Broadview police officers, Broadview firefighters, and American citizens exercising their First Amendment rights." Tricia, how does DHS respond to this?
We wouldn't have to be deploying these tactics if these leaders would just do their jobs. We've called continually for backup from these local police departments, but the local police can't really respond because of these sanctuary city politicians. So we're having to, when our law enforcement's being assaulted, we will use those measures. We're seeing they're obstructing operations, pushing back our vehicles. But Emma, the American people should know who's in those processing facilities at ICE. It's drug traffickers, it's known or suspected terrorists, MS-13 gang members, child predators, truly the worst of the worst individuals. So why are these individuals outside of our processing centers trying to obstruct operations and hurt law enforcement? These sanctuary city politicians should be thanking the men and women of ICE for getting these criminal illegal aliens off of America's streets, not obstructing them and not castigating them for just doing their job.
Yes. All right. And there you guys have it. And it is a valid question to ask. Who's funding all of this? Check this out right here. It says a liberal white woman has been spotted handing out several Mexican flags. Make this make sense. Handing out several Mexican flags outside the ICE facility near Chicago. Someone is paying for all of this. Several of the agitators also had shields and other items confiscated. Who's buying their equipment, signage, and flags? And who's paying for this woman to be out here? Let's check this out real quick. And so you have this random woman handing out Mexican flags to the group of protesters. Make it make sense. Please help me understand why you're passing out Mexican flags in the city of Chicago and you're Americans protesting that these people should be able to stay in America. It doesn't even add up logically. All right. And so clearly there's a huge divide. There's a huge divide between the people who actually live in these communities where these illegal migrants were dropped off. And now the people who live there, who have been living there, have been affected the most firsthand. There's a divide between them, the protesters who we don't know where they're coming from. We don't know where they're getting the funding from, if they're paid protesters or whatever. But one thing for sure, I bet if you check their residents, they don't live in the same communities where these illegal immigrants are being dropped off, where they're so desperate to have these people stay and believe that they should be able to stay. And then also dealing with the mayor, Brandon Johnson, who believes that he should protect these people who are here illegally more than he should be worrying about the people who have the right to be in these communities but are being neglected the most. Anyway, guys, as always, questions, comments, thoughts, and your feedback. Let me know what you think about this topic. Drop your comments down below. You know, I appreciate when you guys chime in. Don't forget, enjoy any part of the content, smash the like button for more, subscribe to the channel. And as always, until next time.